Here's a DC mode of production for the DIY side of life. I had to make this metal arch for my wife's garden. It just marks the entrance and adds some interest to it. But it looks really plain, so I got a plan. I want to add a small sign on there. And I'm using just one of my nicknames for her. I wanted to have it look something like this. So the first step was to draw it up. I use a lot of different apps, but my workflow tends to use CorelDRAW, SolidWorks, and Fusion. So I got started in Corel. I just made the arch in a life size. I typed out the text, attached it to the arch, chose a font. Now this isn't so much of a how-to video, more of a video just to help spawn ideas of your own, so I'm not showing all the steps that I take. But I will actually use this file to place the actual lettering, as well as I will mix it around to make my cut file for the plasma cutter. I just shape it and size it for the envelope I want to cut in. Use that in the CAD program. And just a tip though, for most of these cursive fonts, they're made for a certain spacing to look good. And so I had to extend my spacing to get the look that I wanted. But then it requires having to change the font to a curve, reshaping the connections to look good. It takes some extra work, but this is the type of thing sign people do all the time. Back when I did signs for a job, it was a almost everyday type of task. Okay, so now the work begins. Enough of the nerdery playing on the computer. We're going outside. Alright, now my shop is a work in progress. I don't have a 240 power running there yet, so I have to drag all my equipment over to a 240 volt receptacle in a different building. It's a real pain, but it's temporary. Long time temporary so far. Alright, moving this around. Whoa, wait a minute. What is that? That looks like machine. That's right. I'm wearing my sweet machine shirt from Spicer Designs. Kyle, he has a YouTube channel with all kinds of cool videos and a variety of tasks like laser etching, plasma CNC, tractor reviews, maintenance. He's got a lot going on over there. House projects, solar, electrical, porcelain unicorn miniatures. No, just kidding about that last one, but he's a funny guy. He makes some great videos, and if he can keep himself on his 2 feet, it's pretty entertaining. So check it out and subscribe if you want to keep the laughs coming. And shoot, you can even get one of these shirts for yourself if you really wanted to over there. Anyways, back to the task at hand. I've got to get this machine over to the power. Okay, after dragging the plasma table, my compressor, my computer, the sheet metal, loaded it all up on there, and I loaded the cut file. Now with this project I'm using 18 gauge steel. Should be fine for the side. I didn't want it to be too heavy, but I didn't want it to be too flimsy either, so it should be a good gauge. I don't know if you can tell, but my plasma tip is getting really worn out, so the cutting kerf is pretty big. I can't find my consumables in my messy garage. After cutting it up, the cleanup was pretty easy, and after that I printed that design onto paper that I had in Corel so that I can lay the lettering out on it, get it spaced right and on center. And actually this turned out to be way more work than I had planned. It was pretty windy this day, and we were just, it was hard to line up. You have to print it backwards so that you can put it on there the right way, and this cursive, all the letters kind of look the same. But anyways, we ended up getting it. I think I probably could have just eyeballed all the pieces, but originally I thought I would have to break up the lettering and it would be tougher to get the spacing right, but it turned out fine. Once I had all my metal in the right place, I just welded it right to the arch how I wanted. Well, I had it turn out. Let's take a look. Now I did paint it off camera because no one wants to watch me try and paint a half-inch rod in the wind with a rattle can paint. Most of the paint actually ended up on me, but the results look pretty good, I think. And most importantly, she likes it. It makes the garden look a little more welcoming. And if you like what you see, it'd be great if you could hit the thumbs up and like it, and even think about subscribing. Thanks for watching.